not that we applied for a loan. The loan has been approved with conditions, and the condition is that the city council subordinate its senior position on that note, which is now $306,000, to WAMU Bank, and the city take the junior position. This will help us pay off our attorney fees, which were huge, and I don't want to say the amount because it's extravagant, but like I said, we incurred this because we did it for our seniors. Where we're at right now is that this is a condition of the loan, and we're here before you as, and I have our chairman of the board, Mr. Joey Yola, and board member Raul Coca here with me, and asking for your support and so that we can move forward and continue being the partners that we've been since 1968 when we formed this Calexico Community Action Council here in the city of Calexico. Once we can get through this with your help, the CCA has some projects in mind and that we have partnerships with you before. So at this time, it's just the loan has been approved. We need the subordination, and what we ask you for your support is to do this. One of the interesting things was that one of the questions that I was asked was, well, if you're refinancing, why don't you refinance more to pay off this loan? The interesting thing about that, because what would happen would be defeating our purpose, because the more money we take out of the apartment, the more we have to charge our residents rent. We don't want to do that. The loan that we have right now is to keep, and we have the rent under the mandated state cap right now. They're paying less than they should be, and that's the way we want to keep it. We want to keep that. We want to help our senior citizens, and that's why the loan amount is for what we need to pay off our attorney fees, so that the CCA can continue working and partnering up with the city of Calexico in the future projects. And we ask for your help and your support.
Thank you. Jennifer, your opinion on this and subordination? I mean, we've done it before. They've been partners with us. I mean, obviously they
I don't think it's the legal aspect, other than the fact that that subordination means essentially we're not going to be the first priority. So if the property is not worth more than the first loan, we're going to be in the second position, and our loan wouldn't get paid off in terms of that. I don't know the particulars and the ins and outs of that as far as whether this is a good deal, and that's probably a staff policy decision as opposed to a legal one.
Do you know, Rob?
We don't have an appraisal on the property, but I'm sure that Mr. Alvarado does have it, because there would be one through Washington Winfield. And what I have been told is that the appraised property would cover both loans.
Okay.
Can you give us the appraisal to Rosalind?
Well, you know what, and Rosalind and I talked about it. WAMU does their own internal appraisal, and it's not charged to us, and it's really not ours. I could ask him for a copy of the appraisal. I don't know if I get it. I don't know, Rosalind, what you think, but WAMU has different. They do it internally. They don't. They have their own people do that.
They should be able to provide at least.
Well, that's how we got it. So.
It'll be the loan documents.
And I have no doubt that the property value is
No, the property value, especially but right now, during this real estate crisis that we're in, I mean, they lowballed it. But ask any one of our senior citizens how much those apartments and their houses mean to them, and I understand that point. But there is more than enough money in there if anything should happen, and we're not going to let it happen. We haven't let it happen for the last 45 years, so I promise.
What the amount is for $306,000? What would that mean? How many apartments are there?
134 units.
So 134 units divided by a mortgage of an increase of $306,000 is maybe what? $2,000, $2,500 divided by 134. What would that be? Here, let me do some math. Trying to figure out, because in essence we're paying for the attorney's fees. We're not paying to keep their costs down. We're paying to cover the cost of the attorney.
Put it this way, and then let me put it in this manner. If we don't pay our attorney's fees, then the attorneys will tax the property itself. And then we'd have another fight that we have to battle with them. And they could come in and they really don't care about about our senior community here in Calexico. That's the most important thing that I have and I'm presenting to you, is because we fought to protect our senior citizens and our senior community. And, you know, if we don't get this if we don't receive your support, then there's a chance, a very good chance that these apartments would get out of the CCAC's hands, and who knows where they would end up.
Are you telling me?
Are you have to sell them, or?
No, but that's right. If you helped us, we wouldn't have to do anything.
You don't have any other property?
Yes, they do.
You're sorry.
Yes, if you will notice on the staff report, there is two options that I provided. As we did in the previous years, they transferred property to the redevelopment agency from the Campillo. They currently own property at 212 Vegas Street that was bought as an investment. They are currently selling it. My recommendation is that they use the proceeds from the sale of that house to pay down the loan, or transfer the property to the redevelopment agency. We would need an appraisal to determine the fair market value. That amount would be, again, bring down the loan that they own to the redevelopment agency. And the agency would own the loan, we would turn around and sell it to a low-income family at an affordable price.
How about that option?
Well, the option's there. The only thing is, because of the crisis that we're in, we are selling that house, and that house is, it's not in escrow, but we have a qualified client that is buying the house. And I think with the chairman of the board here, that if we did, and we're going to take a loss on it. We're going to take a loss on this property. And I'm pretty sure that my board our board would agree to, if we sold the house, to pay half of what we get from the house, half of the profits, to be paid down to whatever it is. We would be more than likely be able to. Chairman of the board, good. So whatever we sold it for, and we show you the proper paperwork, we could provide half of what we sold it for. I mean, we are here in good faith as always, and if that is what the city council is requesting, we will do it. And like I said, the only reason why we are here and why we're doing it is to protect our senior citizens. If at the same time we could use that money also to help in our program, but we are willing to go half of the proceeds and pay down, and it would probably be in the range of maybe $50,000.
How long is the loan? How long is the loan for?
10 years.
10 years.
Right.
I have some questions.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't mind. What is your amount for the first trust deed? The first trust deed amount, the amount that you want on the first loan for the bank, Washington Mutual? The amount that you're trying to get?
There's two phases. There's phase 1 and phase 2. I can't offhand have the information should be there. The first one is phase 1 is $925,000, if I'm not mistaken.
But for the same property?
There's phase 1 and phase 2. There's two different phases on that. What phases? They were built that way. They were built in phase 1 and then phase 2.
I am familiar with how it was built more or less, but that would be, at the end of the day, you're going to get over $1 million in debt on the apartments. Plus, then you want the city to go in second position, correct?
Right. I don't know the numbers exactly. I'm not going to read it back here.
So it's about $1,400,000, and then you want a second position from the city. And it's not so much how much is in debt or how much the apartments are worth. It's really the management of all those monies, regardless if it's little amount or big amount. Because if it makes sense, the bank is going to be okay with it. It could be a private lender. And in the past, I've been involved helping the CCAC, and what it always bothered me was that it was never really a well-planned financial aspect of it. You guys have a lot of equity on your office buildings, and you have great collateral, and you're just going to go carve money from somewhere else when you could get it from your own existing facilities. So you might be paying expensive money or appraisals and all of that stuff. So I wouldn't recommend anybody to move on the first or second or third, not because it's good or bad collateral, but it's because who is going to manage and making sure that